Everyone I talk to thinks you need to be good at working on cars to make a lot of money flipping them, but fixing cars isn't where the money is made. The reality is, someone who's never flipped a car before can easily make thousands. And after 6 years of flipping cars full time, I've learned the ways to make money is by doing everything except for fixing them. What it really comes down to is finding a good deal, negotiating properly, making sure the car you buy doesn't have hard to fix problems, and perfecting the selling process. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 6 ways to actually make money flipping cars, the stuff that most people get completely wrong. Let's get started. Finding a deal is the most important skill in car flipping. Everyone always says the money is made when you buy the car, but they don't put enough importance on it. It's so much more important than fixing or selling cars. Since if you learn to find an underpriced car, you can literally buy it and sell it without doing anything and still make a profit. Learning this will allow you to never lose out, and when you fix the easy problems it has, that's all extra profit. Even more money that you'll make on top of that. A guy I worked with named Jacob, he was struggling to make money flipping, and he'd do all the right steps, buy cars that look cheap and fix them up, but when he tried to sell them, he's always break even and only make a few $100s. His problem was obvious. He wasn't actually finding deals. Once I showed him my 3-step process, he went from flipping 2 overpriced cars a month to 2 a week. Step 1. Make searching a daily habit. I know many people, including me, who just sit there and we just scroll on Marketplace looking for deals. It's almost like replacing your TikTok with scrolling Marketplace. The best deals sell in minutes to hours, not days. They won't just be on there for 3 days and nobody buys them. So you need to be checking several times throughout the day. And when you find a deal, buy it right away. Step 2, compare before you commit. When I find a car that looks good, I instantly search for the same year, make, and model and see what others are listed for. And if the one I'm looking at is priced cheaper than all the rest, that's a deal. And step 3, we'll go over that in just a moment, but finding a deal doesn't matter if you buy a car with hidden problems that you can't handle. That's why section 2 is important. When I first started, I'd buy cars without knowing much about them and they'd end up having major problems. I even lost $18,000 to a scam I could have avoided if all I did was buy and read the Carfax. The secret isn't avoiding all problems. It's knowing what problems you can handle before you buy. Here's my 3-part inspection method. Part 1. Get a Carfax before you go see the car. I get a Carfax on every car and it tells me if it's been in an accident, if the title's clean, and if the mileage checks out. Many times I've gotten a Carfax and it says something completely different than what the seller told me. Like they'll tell me that they've had the car for years, but on the Carfax it says they just bought it a month ago. That's a huge red flag, and you kind of only know that with a history report. There's one problem. A Carfax report is $45. But if you want one for completely free, just click the link in the description and I'll send you one. Part 2, know your limits. I used to buy cars with all sorts of problems. Half of them I didn't even know how to fix or even what the problem was. I will say it was a good learning experience. The issue was that I'd spend weeks fixing up a car and only make $1,000 on it. If I would have bought cars that only needed cosmetic work or a few simple fixes, I could have made so much more money. Fixing things like faded headlights, minor scratches, and messed up interiors. Fixing all that stuff adds up quick and increases the car's value. So the ideal flip would be around $2,000 to $3,000, has 150,000 miles, only has mechanical work and needs a detail, and maybe it was made in like 2008. If it needs engine work or timing chains or transmission repairs, I'd walk away and never think of it again. There's always another deal, so don't get attached to the one you can't fix. Part 3. Ask the right questions. Before meeting up, I'll ask what's wrong with it to see if they say there's nothing or they seem like they're trying to downplay an issue. It's not a good sign. And I'll be more cautious when I'm buying it. You have to look out for the honest sellers that tell you the truth and they point out the problems the car has. And you can use the problems to negotiate later on, so it's totally fine. This matters because the goal is fast flips with easy fixes, not cars that sit in your driveway for months. But even a perfect car at a great price means nothing if you pay too much for it. That's why negotiation is next. I used to be terrified with negotiating. I'd show up, look at the car, and if I'd wanted it, I'd basically pay what they asked. I missed out on saving thousands of dollars because I was scared of being awkward for like 5 minutes. And then I realized that the person who asks the most gets the best deal. So here's my 5-rule negotiation formula. Rule 1, set your max before you arrive. Before I even leave my house, I know the absolute most I'll pay for this car. if it's in perfect condition and there's no problems other than what I know about it. This keeps me from getting emotional and overpaying because I already drove all the way out there, or maybe they just convinced me really well to buy it. I've worked with several flippers where it seems like they get attached to cars and they start to like it just from the listing, and then they just go and they'll buy it in person no matter the price. And if the car ends up being worse than I thought, I'll just lower this number to where I still think it's worth it. Rule 2. Create pain through the inspection. While inspecting, point out all the issues you notice, talk about how you're going to have to get them fixed or they're going to cost a lot of money. Many sellers overlook these small problems in their car or don't even realize how much it's going to cost to fix. So just explaining it to them and make them understand where you're coming from and why you want a cheaper price will make them much more likely to take your low offer. Rule 3, use their reasoning for selling. If they're selling the car because they're moving this weekend, you can mention that you're here with cash to buy it today, and you don't want them to have to go meet up with other people that might not end up buying it, and then they're just gonna have to sell it for a really cheap price last minute. So it's better to just sell it to you for a little less to get rid of it. Rule 4, make them offer first. You'll get a lot more money off a car's price if you aren't the one to offer a low price first. So when you're ready to buy it, list out all the issues, and then ask them what they can do to lower the price because of all these problems. Then they might give you some money off the price, and that's where you can now go in and offer even lower than what they just told you. It's much better than just throwing out a offensively low offer without seeing what they're going to lower it to first. And if you're not nervous about how low your offer is, you probably aren't offering low enough. This is the best move. If they won't budge, I just say, all right, thanks anyways, and I leave. And half of the time they'll call me back saying they'll take a lower number. But even if they don't end up selling it to you, it's better to not be afraid of leaving because it's going to help you negotiate, and you probably shouldn't buy the car anyways if you can't get a deal on it. Worst case, you can message them and say you switched your mind and go back and buy it for what they're selling it for. Now you've got the car for cheap, but you still need to get it ready to sell. And most people waste way too much time here. Here's where everyone overthinks it. I see guys spending 3 weeks perfecting a car, painting the bumpers, painting the wheels, doing all sorts of small things that nobody will even notice. Meanwhile, I'll literally detail a car in an hour, maybe fix a thing or two, list it for sale that night, and by the next day, it's sold for thousands in profit. Think of it like this. Let's say you make $2,000 a week. That means every day you wasted, 2,000 divided by 7 is $285. Which, if you wasted 3 days spending time on fixing a car, you just lost almost $1,000. The goal isn't perfection, it's making it good enough to sell fast. So here's my 3-step process. Step 1, clean it well. If you sell a dirty car, you're just asking for people to negotiate with you and less interested buyers. Someone doesn't want to spend thousands of dollars on a new car and then have to take this car and spend more money and time getting it detailed. So make sure you wash the outside, vacuum the inside, scrub down the plastics, clean the windows. Just the car being clean is going to convince someone to buy it, and it's going to get you more money for it. Step 2, fix only what the buyers notice. Faded headlights? Fix them. It's quick, cheap. Cracked tail light? Buy a $30 replacement. A small dent? You'd leave that because it's going to cost a lot to fix, and nobody really cares, especially on cheaper cars. And if your price is right, it doesn't matter at all. Step 3, don't mention fixes in the listing. The worst thing I see flippers doing is mentioning all the things that they fixed on the car. It seems like you're doing the right thing, and the buyer would prefer new parts, right? But the problem is that it kind of scares people away. When you list out 10 different things you did before selling it, it makes them wonder why you had to do all that, or if you're trying to make a profit on them. And making money off them isn't a bad thing, but people think it is for whatever reason. Like, is this car a horrible car that they just fixed up quickly to resell? Or will it break down after I buy it? You don't want to be naming things like how you just replaced the fender or you even clean the interior. As long as the car looks good, the buyer doesn't care and is gonna buy it. But even a nice car isn't gonna sell if your listing sucks. I once listed a Civic and I took the photos at night and wrote a short description because I was just rushing it and didn't really say that much about the car. It sat for 3 weeks and I got a few messages. But after relisting it with good photos and a description that actually had useful information, it sold in 2 days at the full price. It's the same car, but a different listing, saving weeks of time and likely making thousands of dollars in extra profit. So here's my 3-part listing system. Part 1, price it to sell in less than a week. What I'll do is I'll look at other cars that are like mine, see what they're priced for, and price it just below them. This way, when someone's looking at all of them, they see mine, it's cheaper, has a better listing, and then they just end up buying mine instead. Every car I post, I aim to have to sell within 1 to 4 days. People think that cars have to be listed longer than that to sell, but if it's a good deal for the person buying it, it'll sell within hours. So don't price it that cheap, but price it just enough to sell in the time you want it to. And if you bought it at a good price, you're still making a profit. It takes some time to get good at this, but you'll get a good feel for it. And sometimes a car will sell in less than a day, other times it might take 2 weeks. Based on that, you'll know if you price the car too cheap or too expensive. If your car's listed for a couple days and it isn't selling, always delete the listing and repost it to keep it at the top of people's searches. It'll make a huge difference and you'll get many more responses. I promise you that. Literally every single day, I'll repost my listings with the same description and pictures. Doing that will also make buyers be more likely to pay full price because they think the car might sell soon because it was just listed. Part 2, take good photos. I looked at thousands of listings every time I'm scrolling, and my pictures are better than 99% of them. If you tell me that you don't think pictures matter, go on a dating site or something. First, take pictures vertically because most people look at cars on their phones. Then position the car perfectly in the center of the picture from top to bottom and side to side. And then get the car so it's perfectly in frame without much space around it. This makes your listing stand out, which makes more people click it. And if it's clicked more, Facebook shows it to even more people. And the people that do click it are more likely to buy it, since good photos make the car look better and give them a good idea of what they'll be buying. Just make sure that you have around 15 photos showing every part of the car, like the outside, the inside, the wheels, and all the rest. Part 3, write a description that sells. To have a great description, there's 4 sections every description needs. 1, the hook. A single sentence that sums up the car, talking about what the car is, its mileage, and its condition. 2, strong points. Mention the good parts of the car and why they're gonna want it. Things that actually matter. 3, honesty about flaws. It'll help them know all the problems instead of feeling like they have to make sure you're not scamming them. And when they show up in person and the car is how you said it was, even with problems, they're gonna feel better about buying it. Just quickly mention anything wrong near the bottom of the description. 4, paperwork. Saying things that you have like a clean title, registration, smog check, maintenance records, and a Carfax, or just naming whatever you have. With a description like this, it answers most people's questions, so they don't have to ask before deciding if they want to buy the car. And when it's structured like this, it'll be much better than all the other ones out there. And when they see your completed listing, people will definitely pay more for your car just because they feel safe with it, all because of the listing. But even the best listing doesn't close itself. You need to handle the messages and meetup right. I used to ignore messages for hours, sometimes a whole day. I'd get a whole bunch of messages and I'd wait till I wasn't doing anything to go and respond to them all. The problem was, when I'd respond to them, most of them wouldn't even reply back. Some of them already bought a car or found another car. And some of them would just take days to respond back again, and it'd be like a week-long conversation going back and forth. I just thought that's how Facebook worked until I tried something new. I left my ringer on, and every time I got a message, I'd answer right away, like within 30 seconds. This way, they just finished typing and they're literally in the chat, and we're able to chat back and forth without any time wasted. And I'd plan to meet with them as quick as possible, and then they'd be much more likely to buy my car. And once you have a meeting with them, they're likely to stop looking at other cars and are gonna wait to see your car before looking at other ones. So it almost locks them into buying your car. Here's my 2-part system for closing sales fast. Part 1, respond fast and move them forward. When someone messages, "Is this still available?" I'll reply right away, "Yeah, it is. Do you have any questions?" Keep it short and answer their questions. And then you create a little urgency later on, saying, "I have a few people that seem like they want it, so let me know if you want to come today." If someone stops messaging randomly, I'll just check in and tell them, "Hey, there's a couple people who want it. You messaged me first. I just wanted to check if you're still interested before I sell it." Whatever you do, respond to every message as if they're gonna buy the car. Even if they say dumb stuff, answer their questions and just work with it. And if you get a low offer, just say, "There's other people interested, but I'd be willing to do something on the price. I just wouldn't be able to go that low." Part 2, make the meetup easy and close the deal. Some people flake in this business. They plan a time to meet up with you and just don't show up. This is mainly because they got busy with something else and think they can just go buy a car later. So to avoid that happening, let them pick the time that works best for them so they don't have anything going on and can focus on meeting with you. Just try to get them to make the time as soon as possible. It's all about speed and getting onto the next flip so you can keep making more money. So if you have to cancel one of your personal plans to sell a car, make time and do it. Don't really try to make the buyer work around your schedule. Make sure when they show up, the car's clean, and if it has any problems, just quickly show them and explain them. It just makes you a more open and honest person, and they can really trust buying a car from you. And if you make them known, it's much better than them finding them and thinking you were trying to hide the issues from you. You were trying to hide the issues from them. Be nice, go over the whole car with them, let them look over everything they want, as long as they want. And after they've looked over it, let them take it for a test drive. After they seem like they want it, some people are going to try to negotiate and others aren't gonna. Negotiation when selling a car is much easier though. If they ask if you're negotiable, just say not really and kind of see how they respond. If they seem like they don't want to buy it, lower the price a few $100s so it feels like they got a deal. But I'll never lower my price $1,000 or more, because I'd rather just make the original price cheaper, because it'll get more interested people and more people willing to pay full price. Once you agree on a price, shake their hand and don't say another word. The deal's already made, so if you keep talking, you could talk them out of the deal. Shut up and take their money. After selling the car, all you do is repeat over and over what you just did. And for every car, you try and improve your skills at each step of the way. The easiest way to do that is by tracking your flips so you can see all your numbers and if they're getting better or not. Then look at things like your hourly rate and how you can make it higher on each flip. I built a free flip tracker to do all the calculations for you. All you do is put in your car flips and it'll tell you all the important numbers. It's one of the things that most flippers don't do and what hurts their profits the most. It's linked in the description if you want it for free. After flipping some cars, the problem most people run into is not making as much profit as they want. So check out this video where I show you exactly how I make more profit on my car flips. And as always, I'm wishing you a lucky day.